Even moderate exposure to light during sleep increases the risk of heart disease and diabetes. Exposure to even moderate ambient light while sleeping at night can promote diabetes and heart disease. According to a recent study, researchers have determined that even dim lights in the bedroom can disrupt blood glucose regulation and cardiovascular function. Researchers at Northwestern University advise closing blinds, curtains and turning off all light sources before going to bed. Their latest research has shown that even one night spent in a room with the light on is enough to make our bodies slightly worse at controlling blood sugar the next morning. These studies, although conducted on a small group of people, are of great importance considering the fact that many people sleep with a lamp or TV on, which can interfere with the work of the circulatory system and increase insulin resistance the next morning. The results of the work of scientists from Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine appeared in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. The results of this study show that just one night of exposure to moderate indoor lighting while sleeping can impair glucose and cardiovascular regulation, which are risk factors for heart disease, diabetes and metabolic syndrome, said senior study author Dr. Phyllis Z. of Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine. It's important for people to avoid or minimize their exposure to light while sleeping, she added. Previous studies have shown that exposure to light during the day speeds up the heart rate by activating the sympathetic nervous system, which in turn causes the heart to kick into overdrive to meet the challenges of the day. As the authors of the new study note, a similar effect also occurs at night. When we sleep with the lights or TV on, our results indicate that a similar effect also occurs when light exposure occurs during sleep at night, Z said. The heart rate then increases, which makes it impossible for us to rest properly. The sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems regulate our physiology both day and night. The sympathetic takes over during the day, and the parasympathetic is supposed to work at night. Its job is to regenerate the body. We have shown that your heart rate increases when you sleep in a moderately lit room, said Dr. Daniela Grimaldi, co-author of the study. Even when you are sleeping, your autonomic nervous system is activated. That backquote is bad. Normally, the heart rate, along with other cardiovascular parameters, is lower at night and higher during the day, she noted. Previous population studies published in JAMA Internal Medicine have shown that people who sleep with lights on or a TV on in the bedroom are more likely to be overweight or type 2 diabetic. Research led by Z seems to support those findings that there is a link between sleeping in a lit room and disorders of glucose regulation and cardiovascular system, which may contribute to the development of diabetes and obesity. We show a mechanism that may be fundamental to explaining why this is happening, Z said. The Z team invited 20 healthy people to participate in the study. He asked participants to spend 2 nights in a university sleep lab. On the first night, all participants slept in a dark room. On the second night, half slept with 100 lux, which is equivalent to turning on a TV or bedside lamp or bright street lights shining through thin curtains. After both nights, Z's team checked the blood sugar levels of all volunteers with 2 commonly used tests. The results showed that people who slept in a dimly lit room on the second night had slightly worse blood sugar control than the first night when the room was dark. The volunteers thought they slept well, but their brain knew the lights were on, Z said. Researchers noticed signs of insulin resistance in people who slept in a dimly lit room the second night. This is a disorder that is manifested by a decrease in insulin sensitivity in the muscles, fat, liver and other tissues of the body. In other words, muscles, tissues and organs do not respond well to insulin and are less successful at using blood glucose for energy. In this case, the pancreas starts to produce more insulin and over time, blood sugar levels rise. The study participants were unaware of the biological changes taking place in their bodies at night, but the brain senses it. It works like the brain of someone who has a light and fragmented sleep, admitted Grimaldi, and added that in this case the body does not rest as it should. As the study authors noted, exposure to artificial light at night while sleeping is common. This is primarily about light-emitting devices that are in our homes, but also about light sources outside the home, especially in large urban areas. In addition, many people sleep with a bedside lamp or bedroom light on, and/or have the TV on. Exposure to light during the day is an important factor for health. But at night, as our research has shown, even low levels of light can distort measures of heart and endocrine health. These findings are especially important for people living in modern societies where exposure to indoor and outdoor night light is increasingly common, Z said. The authors of the study advised to limit the lighting in the bedroom in the first place. If a light must be on, keep it dim, and closer to the floor. The color of the light also matters. Amber or red-orange light is less stimulating to the brain, and white and blue light are the worst, which scientists advise should not be used around a sleeping person. If you cannot control the light intensity in the room where you are going to sleep, a sleeping blindfold may help. You can also try to move the bed so that the light does not hit your face.